All right, so welcome again. So, as I said earlier on, we are having an interaction here today with the program manager of from the University of Applied Sciences in Berlin, HTW Berlin, in the person of Mrs. Kalinka Freelingsdorf. You're welcome. Hello.
Hi.
Yes. Hello. So, I hope you can hear us. Kindly type in the chat if you can hear. We want to get a feedback if you're hearing us. Yes, thank you very much. And now, before you, I have a short poll. How did you know about this session? We always like to hear how our information goes out. And then, where are you connecting from? Kindly click on the choice um, shown there. And then also, what is your background? In fact, we'd like to know your background. Okay, yes, loud and clear. So, what is your background? Public administration, computer science, business administration, engineering. We'd like to know. So, you can just click on any of the choices below. So, we leave that open for the next 5 to 10 minutes as we wait for others to join. But I'd like to also introduce you. Perhaps not all of us know a little about this platform, Adobe Connect. Um, we have the chat box. If you have a mobile layout, this is how it looks like. The chat box is where you can put your comments. And then below it is the question and answer pod where you type in all your questions during the presentation. And then for those of us using a PC, this is how it looks like. Your chat box is on your lower right hand corner, and then the question and answer pod will be right beneath the presentation, will appear when it's time for the question. Um, Now, some brief info about DAAD. Maybe not all of us know about. So DAAD, German Academic Exchange Service, our main agenda is to promote academic exchange by providing information like we're doing and also funding. If you already know, DAD has awarded several scholarships, and especially Ghanaian students have benefited a lot. Students from all over Africa are always benefiting from DAAD scholarships. And we are lucky we have information centers spread across the world. We have this center in Accra here. We also have several other centers. We have in South Africa, Johannesburg, in Cameroon, we have in Tunis, we have several other centers here in Africa. So we are happy that you're joining us today. So if you come to Germany, this is the educational landscape that you see. We have universities. We have others. We call them technical universities because they started by offering technically by us program. And then we have art and music colleges. So we also have the University of Applied Sciences, one of which we are speaking to today, the University of Applied Sciences in Berlin. We'll hear a lot more later. So if you are pursuing a bachelor's, it's between 3 to 4 years, master's 1 to 2 years, and then PhD 3 to 4 years. You would see that not all University of Applied Sciences award a PhD, but usually you can also do a PhD in collaboration with a University of Applied Science. Um, the other most important thing is supposing you are finding the admission finally to study in Germany, perhaps with HTW Berlin, and you have to apply for a student visa. One requirement is the financial requirement. And if you don't have a scholarship, I'm sorry, I didn't correct this here. If you don't have a scholarship, you should show proof that you can take care of yourself. And the figure now is 861. Sorry for the mistake here, but it's 861 euros per month. So times 12 will be 10,332 euros annually. Sorry, I didn't correct this, but the new figure is 861 euros per month. So if you have a scholarship should also show that they are supporting you with at least 861 euros per month. So this is the main requirement if you are applying for your student visa. And we are always happy to see you before you finally go to the embassy for your student visa. You can visit us in one of our consultation hours. So we discuss with you your educational prospects, your visa processes, and so on. Yeah. Finally, I would like to leave you with this guide. It's called mindguide.de. So here, mindguide.de, you can find you have the stats, of your journey into Germany, where you can research for schools, get other information about, application procedures, in fact, several things you can get from this page. Yeah. So that said, I would now like to hand over the podium to Mrs. Kalinga Freelingstoff to continue with the presentation. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, hi, I hope you can all hear me. If not, please let me know. So, yeah, thank you very much for the introduction, Felix. Hello from Berlin, and a warm welcome to our today's webinar about HTW Berlin, University of Applied Sciences. My name is Kalinka Frielingsdorf, and I'm the program manager of one of the international master programs at the university. And yeah, I'm very happy to introduce you to the HTW Berlin today. We are going to start with some general information about the university, and then we will talk about our international master programs. And in the end, we will have enough time for all your questions. Okay, so let's get started with some interesting figures about the HTW Berlin. Yeah, the HTW Berlin is the largest university of applied sciences in Berlin with 14,000 students. And at the moment, we have 3,000 international students. So it's a quite diverse university. Our study programs focus on business administration, engineering, and design with an interdisciplinary approach. And we have 70 degree programs in 5 faculties and 2 campuses in East Berlin. At the moment, 295 professors and 800 associate lecturers are working with us, and we have around 3,000 graduates every year. So in short, we can say that the HTW is one of the biggest university of applied sciences in Germany, and we offer a wide range of degree programs. Yeah, talking about universities of applied sciences, I would like to quickly explain the main characteristics of a university of applied sciences today. So the programs are extremely practice-oriented with an academic approach geared towards market demands. The study programs contain a lot of practical exercises, simulation games, project work with companies, workshops, and case studies. We have cooperations with companies which offer also internships to our students. And it is also very common to write the master thesis or even the bachelor thesis at one in the company. Yeah, we try to really teach and train holistic thinkers and problem solvers. So the main difference is that traditional universities mainly teach theoretical knowledge and emphasize on research, whereas universities of applied sciences have a more practice-oriented approach geared toward the job market demands. And all this is reflected in a high employability. So high employability skills means that after studying at HTW Berlin, you will be well prepared for the job market and your job market perspectives are quite high. So talking about employability, I would like to mention that the HTW is very successful in this practice-oriented approach. Looking, for example, at the yearly ranking of Wirtschaftswoche, which is one of the biggest German business journals. So every year they ask HR managers of the biggest German companies to rank industry-oriented study programs at University of Applied Sciences, and HTW Berlin regularly rank among the top programs. You can also find more information about rankings of our university on our website. Okay, so now let's move on with our student services. So it is very important for us to support our students and to take care of you during your studies. So let's have a quick look at what we offer for our students. Of course, we offer a full range of student services of a modern university. We have, of course, a library and e-library, which is extremely important at the moment. We offer also PC pools and software packages for our students. We have 2 canteens and a lot of sport activities. We also have a career service which supports and consults students, or let's say graduates, on their way to the job market. The career service offers special trainings, career workshops, and we also have a job portal with job offers like international and national job offers and internships. And we also have a startup competence center. For you as international students, it is important to mention that we have an international office which supports and consults our international students with all matters relating their studies in Berlin. They connect the international students through activities and events. And most of our international master programs also have their own program office. So this office is dedicated exclusively to support the students of the international master program, for example, with organizational, academic, or career questions. We also help and support our applicants and students with all matters regarding their visa and settling in Berlin, for example. So yeah, don't worry, you're not alone here. Our team will take care of you with all matters regarding your studies and your life in Berlin. Okay, so let's move on to our programs. As I've already mentioned in the beginning, we have 70 different degree programs at the university, and each program is assigned to one of our 5 faculties. But today we are talking about our international master programs, which are part of the HTW Division of Continuing Education. I would like to talk about the Master of Business Administration and Engineering, and then we will have a quick look at the Master of Project Management and Data Science and the Master of Life Science Management. Okay, so yeah, managing the interface between business and engineering. So a couple of years ago, we realized that there's a high demand of qualified people in the engineering field who also understand business-related topics. So persons who are able to find technical solutions in a constantly changing environment and with high intercultural competence. So this is what the Master of Business Administration and Engineering is all about. So we want to enable engineers to become great business managers in an international context. It is a very successful program. It was founded in 2003, and it is a full-time on-campus program of 3 semesters and 90 credits. And also an optional internship is possible. Yeah, the program is fully conducted in English, and over 90% are international students, so it is a quite diverse program. We have 125 seats in 5 groups, and we also have some extracurricular offerings such as excursions. We visit companies, we have talks to leaders and managers. We offer language courses and also sport activities. And our tuition fee of 12,500 euros is also quite competitive compared to other MBA programs in Europe. And you should also take into consideration that you are allowed to work part-time as a student in Germany, so you will be able to fund a big part of your expenses here in Berlin, in Germany. Okay, so yeah, what makes this program so special? The students have the opportunities to enhance their job market profile and strengthen their individual profile by choosing one of our specialization options. We offer interdisciplinary management, automotive management, lean management, global procurement, and global leadership in engineering. So once you apply to the program, you have to choose one of those specializations, and this is a very great advantage because you will really get deep insights to this specific field, and you will become an expert to meet strong industry demand in the specific field. Okay, so yeah, now I'm sure that you are all very interested in the program. So let's have a look to the application requirements. We require an undergraduate degree. We also require at least 1 year of post-graduation work experience, and it should be a significant work experience. This is very important. And as I've already mentioned, the program is fully conducted in English, so fluent English is necessary, which is no problem for you. And of course, you need a suitable profile and a lot of motivation. Yeah, let's have a quick look at the structure of the program. So the first and second semester contain 6 courses, and in the third semester the students can either write their master thesis or decide for an optional internship. Then they would write their thesis in the fourth semester. So you can see that in 1.5 years or 2 years you are done with the program and you are ready to start your job. You are ready to apply to the national and international job market. And this leads me to our next slide. So let's talk about the careers with an MBA and E degree. So our alumni, our graduates generally work in job roles such as project, product, process and quality management, in procurement and supply chain management, in industrial marketing, sales, engineering, and technical services. Many of our graduates find jobs in very big companies. Just to mention a few, we have some alumni working for Daimler, in Bosch, in Siemens, Volkswagen, for example. But we have also a lot of alumni who find very interesting positions in the startup companies here in Berlin. But all these positions are quite international, and this is also because of our specific key strength, which is the intercultural competence. So I strongly recommend to have a look at our program website, because you will find our alumni success story section there, and yeah, you can just read about some of our alumni and their pathway from the start of the program until their current job position. And yeah, of course, for you as international graduates from Ghana, there are also specific job opportunities. Ghana is one of Germany's most important trading partners in sub-Saharan Africa, and the interest of German companies in Ghana is generally growing, and several companies recently opened regional West Africa offices in Ghana. And yeah, as you already know, Volkswagen has also opened the big factory in Accra last year. So of course there will be a lot of job opportunities nationally, but also internationally for you. So if you intend to stay in Germany after graduation, you will gain an 18-month job-seeking visa after graduation, and working is allowed during this period. And once you find a job, and the important thing about that is that the job has to be appropriate for your qualifications, then you will get a work permit, or you can even apply for the EU Blue Card. So yeah, let's talk a bit about the job market in Germany. So yeah, even the current pandemic is affecting the German economy. There are still many positions for well-trained graduates with a technical profile. So yeah, South and West Germany are strongest in terms of industrial related companies and job offers, but also Berlin develops quickly. I'm sure that many of you have heard about the Tesla Gigafactory in Grünheide. Grünheide is a small village very close to Berlin. And yeah, Tesla will be one of the biggest employers in Berlin for engineers in the upcoming years. So this could also be a great opportunity for you as an international graduate of an MBA and E program. Yeah, I would also like to mention that German language skills are needed for most jobs. This is very important, and this is why we strongly recommend to start to learn German once you decide to apply to a study program in Germany. At least you should have basic language skills once you arrive here, just to feel better. And during your studies, you have also the opportunity to take part of our language courses, so you will be prepared for the job market afterwards. Okay, so now let's have a quick look at two other international master programs of the HTW Berlin. The Master of Project Management and Data Science. It is a very interesting program because we live in a globalized, data-driven world, and top employers are therefore looking for staff and employees who can successfully manage data-driven projects in an international work environment. And the Master of Project Management and Data Science offers dual competences in project management and in data analysis. The program is very practice-oriented. It includes a lot of project work with companies, and the career prospects are quite good afterwards. Just to mention a few companies, our alumni are working in companies like Mercedes-Benz, Deutsche Bank, HelloFresh, Zalando, just to name a few. So it's important to mention that the program is open to students with a wide range of backgrounds. So no previous degree in project management or data science is needed to apply to the program. And if you have more questions about the program, or if you would like to have more information, just contact our program managers or visit our program website. And the last program I would like to mention today is our MBA and E in Life Science Management. So life science industry is one of the fastest growing economic sectors worldwide. So this integral program approaches the need for leaders with deep understanding in science and management. The program has a real-world professional focus and includes case studies, project work. You will meet leaders during your excursions. You will visit trade fairs and conferences. So it is very practice-oriented, and probably some of you have already heard that Berlin is considered as health capital in Germany and a life science hotspot. So many companies operating in this sector are based in Berlin, and therefore the job perspectives are very high after finishing the program. The same for this program. If you have more questions or if you need detailed information, please visit our program website or just contact me or my colleagues. So we are at the end of our presentation. I hope you are still here and you are eager to apply to HTW Berlin now. I will be happy to answer your questions now, and of course you can always drop an email, contact us to get further information about the university, other degree programs, and of course the international master degree programs. So that's it for the moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining.
Alinka, can you also show your webcam again as we start? Yes, that's very well. All right. So we have this question and answer pod. You can kindly start typing out your questions here on all the programs that we're mentioning. Perhaps you are not clear about the study requirements, anything that you would like to know. Kindly use the question and answer pod to ask your questions, because later on, if we are not able to answer all the questions, we may still come back to it. So that's why we want you to use the question and answer pod. The chat only for comments. Yes. All right. Yeah. So the first question for you is: are there scholarships available?
Yeah. So HTW Berlin is a state university, and the university itself doesn't award scholarships. So it would be a good starting point to check out the DAAD website for scholarships. But I would like to mention that our MBA and E program has a kind of a scholarship which is called Diversity Enhancement Grant. So this is a reduction of the tuition fee of 50%. And yeah, you can apply for this diversity enhancement grant because we want to encourage especially women and people from underrepresented countries to apply to the program. So this would be one of the options to reduce the tuition fee.
Yeah,
And
all right. Thank you
yes,
for that.
and
So
of course
yes,
the DAD
scholarships
scholarships.
available. The diversity program, is it? Yes.
Yeah, diversity enhancement grant. So you will find this
Website.
information on the program
Okay.
website on the
Yeah.
left
So
on
with
the
the
left side of
DAAD,
the
we do have
website.
scholarships, but we have scholarships for specific programs. And so, for example, from the HTW Berlin, we have a program there, but it's actually Master of International Development Economics. That's the only one we offer a scholarship for, which will cover for your cost of living and so
Yeah.
on. But for Ghanaians, we offer just selected program scholarships. So that's from the DAAD. So not for the MBA program, yeah, but
Okay, then. Yeah, then it would be very important to apply to our diversity enhancement grant. And of course, you should take into consideration that you are also allowed to work part-time as a
all
student in
right. Thank you
Germany.
very
So
much.
this will also
And the
help a
next
lot
question is,
to
do
fund your
you
studies.
charge for the application process? So the application is done
No, no,
directly
no.
to
We
HTW.
don't
It doesn't
charge
go through the
for
uni
that.
assist.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We are not operating via UniAssist, so you can just drop the application to our email address, which is mentioned on our website. The application period has started already, and the
All right.
application deadline
Thank you
is
very much.
the
In fact, this
15th
is
of
another question
May.
that is always asked, especially about the English language requirements. In Ghana, language of instruction is totally English in the university and all.
Mhm.
Um, you're asked to submit IELTS or TOEFL, but
Yeah.
can you also submit a letter to prove that all your courses were taught in English language, the English language proficiency certificate? Is it accepted?
Yeah. Yeah, I have good news for you. Yeah, so of course, for several countries, we also accept different proofs of English proficiency. So for you, as students from Ghana, it's okay to just prove that your undergraduate program was
Okay, thank you
conducted in
very much for
English,
that.
and then it's fine.
So the next one is what period are admissions open in 2021? Are there plans to do virtual studies or considering the COVID situation?
Okay, so the application deadlines and the start of the semester will remain the same. So the programs will start on the 1st on October. But of course, it's hard to say how we are going to start because at the moment we are in such a difficult situation that we still don't know how the pandemic will continue. So at the moment we are like only in online mode, but we hope to change to a hybrid or on-campus mode for the summer semester and hopefully for the winter semester, which is the next intake for those programs, we will be back on campus again. So yeah, hopefully yes, but of course it's difficult to say at the moment. But yeah, if not, of course we will offer blended
Okay,
learning
thank you for that.
platforms
So
and
I think there
online
was this other
lectures.
question coming up again about the English proficiency. Now, let me just tell you that from HTW, you can submit letter of proof of English proficiency, and IELTS is not compulsory for Ghanaian applicants. All right. I think this person is also late again. So he says, are there scholarships for public health programs? Did you mention public health programs? No.
No, I mentioned only a program in life science management, but this is the same. There's
So let me
no
just add
special
that if you're
scholarship
talking
available
about
for those
public health
programs.
specifically, you can check with the DAAD. We have a master program in public health with a scholarship, so you can check on our homepage for that. Okay. So the next question is, what is the living cost or the cost of living in Germany? Perhaps in Berlin, if you can just give a brief overview. Maybe the person was late. The cost of living.
Yeah, yeah. This is, of course, a difficult question. It depends a lot on your lifestyle, of course, but you should consider around 850 to 900 euros per month to stay here in Berlin. We have a pro forma financial plan on our website, which is quite useful. So you can have a look there. So yeah, I would say it depends a lot on where you're going to stay in Berlin. If you get a student dorm, of course, your costs will be less. But yeah, this depends on your personal situation. But you should plan to have
Okay.
around 800 to
Yes.
900 euros per
So we
month.
have this other one. Um, Asking, do you offer process engineering or um, renewable energy engineering? Something close to that.
Yeah, we have process engineering modules in the MBA and E program, and to have a deeper look to the special content of the modules, I would recommend to browse our program website because there you will find all the topics of each module, and of course, there the topic of renewable energies is always a topic, but it is better to check
Okay, so it's
the
within
module
the
content
modules
as
of
a whole on
the
the website.
engineering program. Yeah. Okay. All right. It
Mm-hmm.
says
Exactly.
improving source of funds. What documents should your sponsor provide? So I guess this is even more related to the visa question, but the block account question, yeah. But let me just announce that
Blocked
next
account.
Thursday, 4 p.m., we'll be hosting the head of the visa session and in an online session like this. So he would answer all these questions directly. So make sure you go to our events page and then register for that one, so that we throw more light on those questions. So please, I would recommend you also check on that and register for that event. Um, yes, there was a question, somebody asking about our Masters in Development Economics program with HTW. How can I qualify for the DAAD scholarship? So perhaps let me just mention that it's second class upper, 2 years of working experience, and then your degree should not be more than 6 years ago. But again, go to our homepage, go to find funding, and then you can get a lot more detailed information on that. Um, The next one says, I think we've answered that about renewable energy. Um, okay, someone is asking, can you tell us about the weather condition in Germany?
Oh, this is a Good question. So yeah, maybe you can. The window is closed. Yeah, it is. It is cold here in winter. So today we have a rainy and cold day. But yeah, this can also be something nice. So you will have the 4 seasons. You will feel the 4 seasons. So spring, autumn, summer, and winter. And of course, this is a nice experience for someone from outside. So yeah, don't worry. It's not too cold in Germany, and all the buildings and public transportation have heatings. So you will be all right, and I'm sure that you will enjoy
All
the
right, thank
different
you for that one.
seasons in Germany.
So, and again, concerning the application process, with your application documents, certificates, must you have them certified, like a certified copy, or you can just, okay.
Yeah, of course, we need certified copies. Of all the transcripts and
So
degree
that this one, it
certificates.
says, can a student with electrical engineering background apply for the Masters of Business and Engineering?
Yes. Yeah, this is a typical background actually. So yeah, we are open to different backgrounds, especially
Okay.
engineering
So we have this one, it
backgrounds
says, I
and
want to
business
know
related
about the
backgrounds in this
three
program.
programs under the administration and engineering program.
Ah, okay. Let me go back. So this one's Master of International Business. Then the one you already mentioned, Master of International and Development Economics, and Master of Construction and Real Estate Management. So yeah, these are other international master programs of the HTW Berlin. And yeah, I would recommend to get more detailed information on the program website and to contact the program managers directly so you will
Then
get
let me just
detailed
quickly ask this
information
question.
on the programs.
The Master of Construction and Renewable, is it RE Management? Yeah. Real estate. Okay, on real estate management. I think is that
It's real
the
estate.
program which is done in collaboration with university in Finland. All right. It's always a difficult situation about
Yes.
the visa
Mhm.
issue also, um, because you have to apply in Ghana and then also for the Finland visa, which is outside of Ghana, where you have to.
Yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to contact the program managers of this program because I'm not sure how exactly it works. But yeah, of course,
So I
you
think we also have
they will
the.
support you.
Okay, let me just say, I've opened the microphone of Jalil. If you can click to connect your microphone and then speak or ask your question via audio.
It's a question about IT
Okay.
programs at the university, I guess. It's
Hello?
in the chat. So yes, HTW Berlin offers IT
Hello?
programs, bachelors and masters,
Yeah, hello,
and you will also
Hello,
find
Jalil.
Mr.
them on our website.
Felix. Yeah, can you hear me, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I was the one
You can,
who posted the question on the IT program. Probably you skipped it, you weren't able to read it. So I wanted to find out about the IT program, if they offer any IT program, and then what are some of the requirements that is needed. Example, like what should be your background before you are being eligible for the IT programs, and also if there is any scholarship, I don't know, another one too. The only scholarship that she mentioned was the one under the, I think, the international economics or something. But I just want to find out about this one too, of course, if she can just throw a highlight on this one.
Okay, give me a second. I will drop a link. So, okay, I will drop a link to the chat. And so there's a link where you can find all of our 70-degree programs, and then you can get detailed informations, because I'm the program manager of the international master programs, and it would be better to get the information directly from the program managers of the IT programs. So I would recommend to just find the programs on our website, and then you should get in touch with my colleagues from the IT programs. Okay.
Thank you very much. I guess that is well understood. So we have this one. It says, what is the payment plan for tuition fees? Do you need to make full payment before enrollment, or
Yeah, this is a good question. So the tuition fee can be paid in 3 installments. So there's a tuition fee and there's a semester fee for enrollment. So the semester fee is 304 euros, and you have to pay the semester fee every semester to stay enrolled at the university. And then there's a tuition fee of the program, which is 12,500 euros in the MBA and E, and this can be
all right?
paid in 3
Thank you very much.
installments.
So the next one is, I want to know if I can have an exchange internship in electrical engineering background during the winter semester. Maybe a brief info about instant.
Internships, okay. Yeah, so an internship is not mandatory in the MBA and E program, but you can do an optional internship. This would be in the 3rd semester. So the first 2 semesters are like on campus semesters with 6 courses, and then the 3rd semester can be an optional internship. So this is up to you if you would like to do an internship. We always say that we recommend it for international students, because then it's like the first step to the job market. You will get some insights to the work environment here, and probably you can also write your master thesis within the company afterwards. So it is a good opportunity, but it's up to you. It's not mandatory, and the students have to find their internships by their own. Of course, we can help them, and we can also issue some recommendation letters, but the organization of the internship is up to the student.
Okay, thank you so much. So in case you have any further questions, you can also use the hand raiser, and then when we allow, you can ask your question audibly. In case you're still having questions. I think we answered a question on the tuition fees already. Yes, okay, we have a hand up from Marvin. Marvin, your microphone is enabled. You can click and then connect your microphone so we hear you. So Marvin, look on the upper right-hand corner. You see your microphone icon. Click and then click connect microphone so we hear. Yes, we can hear you now.
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. 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 So I'm asking regarding finance. I wanted to have a PhD in finance. I'm wondering, do all schools require
Okay.
GRE and GMAT before
We do
they
not
take
require
international
this kind
students
of
in?
exams, the GMAT exams for our programs. But yeah, we are talking about the master program. So for PhD, there might be different requirements. Okay, but for the masters we just talked about, we do not require GMAT or any other exam. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you are talking, what you mean is
We are talking about the International Master Program. The
MBA,
PhD would
like
be
masters.
afterwards.
We are not discussing about PhD. Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Right. I enabled the microphone of Jibril. You can. You are breaking up. Okay, maybe Jibril, you can type your question. So Jibril, you can type your question. You are breaking up. All right. So Paul, your microphone is enabled.
Please, can you hear me out?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, my question is, is the course model flexible enough to allow work whilst on
We
study?
lost you.
Hi, my
I
question
didn't get the
is the
question. Could you
course
please
model,
repeat?
is it flexible enough to allow work whilst on study?
Felix,
So I think the main thing
what do
is,
you mean?
can you work
I
while you study? Is it possible to work while you study?
Yes, of course. So now I got the question. So once you get the student visa, you are allowed to work part-time as a student in Germany. So part-time means you can work up to 20 hours per week, okay? And during the semester break, you're allowed to work more hours per week. So this helps a lot to fund your studies. Okay, so it is very common for German and for international students to work during their study. They work in companies, in restaurants, in the university. So there are many student job offers in general. So this is always a good opportunity to get work experience and to
All
fund
right.
your studies.
Yes. Thank you very much. Do we have any follow-up questions? Yes, we have just 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, probably you have also some questions later on, so you can contact us every time. Just drop an email to the email on the last slide of the presentation. Yeah, get in contact to our program office, and yeah, we'll support you and help you with any question you might have.
I think so.
Okay.
May I enable your microphone? Look on the upper right-hand
Okay,
corner.
thank you,
Click on the
Felix.
microphone icon and then click to connect.
So my
Like the
question is
upper.
about the Master of Science in Project
And
Management and Data Science. I want to find out, I see that it's offered in 4 semesters, that's 2 years. I want to find out whether the tuition for online is the same as tuition for on-campus studies.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So your question is if you can also study the program online. Yeah, this is also possible.
Yes,
You will
I
find
found
this
that
information on
information.
the
My
landing
question
page of
is
the
the
program
tuition fee the
website.
same
So
for both
just
instances?
scroll down, and then there's all the information for the online mode. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. I'm not sure. I have to ask my colleagues in the program.
Okay, maybe
I
just
will
another one so that whilst you are at
I will
it, how
make a note
flexible
for
is the
this, and
program?
I
I
will give
know
you this information later.
in
Is
some
this okay?
schools you
Because I'm
can
not
choose
sure
to
about
have a
that.
particular semester
So
online and then the next semester you can decide to have it on campus. Is there that flexibility?
this is for sure flexibility, but of course it depends on your planning, no? Because of the visa issue. So it is difficult to just study one online and then come to Germany and then go again and then come again. So this is
Thank you.
something you have to plan beforehand, but they are flexible about that. So as soon as if it works with your visa status. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. So I think we are almost about drawing down the curtain. So I have here in front of you all the important web links. So you can just click on Master Business Admin and go to the homepage of the program, Life Science Management, and then the Project Management and Data Science. You can also follow HTW Berlin on their Twitter, Instagram, um, Facebook pages, and also check on their YouTube channels for other podcasts or recorded information and so on. I think we have answered almost every question because in the question here, everybody who clicked says questions have all been fully answered. We also have the flyers available. You can download the data science management flyer and then that of the Master of Business Administration flyer. When you click, you just click on download file and then you get it. Those of us using the mobile devices, unfortunately, this might not be available, but I think we can just type in the home pages in the, suppose I think, Kalinka, if you can type out the home pages of the program or in the chat so that, yeah, they can get that.
Yeah. Of course. Give me a second. Okay, so the first one. Okay, the first one is for the MBA and E program. Then we have the MBA. Okay, this is the one for the MPMD program, and then
Yeah.
okay, and the last one. So these are the links from the programs we talked about today. And if you want to find out more about the other programs of the university, you can just use the link we posted before in the chat. And then you will be able to find the program managers, and you can contact the program office
Yes.
directly to get
So on that
detailed
note, I
information.
want to say thank you so much, Mrs. Freelingsdorf, for this wonderful presentation. And for all the participants, once you've agreed that you've given consent to DAD, we'll give your data directly to the um, program manager, and they will contact you with other emails. But applications are open, and you should go on the home pages and then see what to do in the meantime. Um, I'd like to say that the recording will be made available to you. In fact, that from last week as well, Jibril. Unfortunately, we had some series of other events, but the recording is all being collated, and we'll send that to your email since you registered for all the events, including this one as well. I hope you've had a nice time with us both. So we'll keep the link open or the platform open for the next 4 minutes. But other than that, then it's bye from our DAD Center in Accra. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining, and thank you, Felix, for having me.
All right. Take care. Bye.